Training Magazine's 2012 Learning 3.0 conference was held October 24th and 25th at Chicago's McCormick Place Conference Center. More than 350 registrants came together for certificate programs, hands-on clinics, an authoring lab, first-rate breakout sessions, and thought-provoking keynotes. The conference welcomed learning and development designers, developers, and managers to leverage the latest in e-learning tools, virtual classrooms, games and simulations, and social and mobile learning with the goal of improving organizational performance. Chicago is a city of world-class status, located on the shores of Lake Michigan and featuring the best of the American Midwest. Renowned architecture, award-winning theater, world champion sports teams, and incredible dining await visitors to the renowned Windy City. The 2012 Learning 3.0 attendees got to enjoy the city by night on a leisurely, informative architectural boat cruise down the city's 3 branches of the Chicago River. The private tour glided under more than a dozen river bridges, and attendees listened and learned about the rich architectural history of more than 50 buildings along the journey. Learning 3.0 attracts corporate trainers and developers from some of the world's most recognizable companies, including Coca-Cola, Best Buy, FedEx, Google, State Farm Insurance, Tyco, Verizon, the Mayo Clinic, and McDonald's.
And we are going to be running a mobile learning help desk here at the registration desk. So if anyone has any questions on mobile learning, social learning, how to leverage different types of technologies, mobile devices, tablets within your organization's personal or professional workflow, please come on down.
This year's keynotes delve deeply into 3 key areas where technology will significantly impact learning: relationships, reach, and robots. The opening keynote featured David Weinberger, author of Too Big to Know, who currently serves as a fellow at the Berkman Center for Internet and Society at Harvard Law School, and Andrew Keen, author of Digital Vertigo. They explored how the emergence of cult of the social and the technology that is driving it creates both promise and peril. More specifically, they examined how relationships between ourselves and the knowledge we are co-creating is going through a phase shift. In a world that is increasingly too big to know, we have to rely on others who have deep expertise to help us make sense of an increasingly complex set of circumstances. At the same time, we must avoid the pitfalls of falling into echo chambers that amplify what we know and believe to the exclusion of other points of view. During our second keynote with Fast Company's senior writer, Anya Kamenetz, and director of edX, MIT and Harvard's new online learning initiative, Anant Agarwal, we explored how the emergence of the DIY, do-it-yourself learner and the technology that is driving the trend is creating a changed landscape for the world of education. As traditional institutions freely offer up their content, socialization, and accreditation, millions of people around the world are afforded an unprecedented opportunity to feed their curiosity. Still, the very institutions who are engaging in the massively open online course are wrestling with difficult business model challenges to ensure that the campus experience is not lost in the shuffle. This important conversation about changing the world of education presents a new frontier for what learning's future will look like. The third keynote featured Jeopardy champ Ken Jennings and Stephen Gold of IBM's Watson project. Watson is a cognitive computer system that will transform how organizations think, act, and operate. In 2011, as a test of its abilities, Watson competed against Ken Jennings on the quiz show Jeopardy in the show's only human versus machine matchup to date. This keynote explored what cognitive computing will mean for the future of work. On the one hand, many routine jobs, such as medical technicians or paralegals, will be increasingly outsourced to machines that compute cognitively. At the same time as these routine jobs are absorbed by technology, The need for an individual who can develop this kind of technology is widening at an alarming rate. The development challenge we face as we head into an era of cognitive computing is twofold: helping people understand how to use cognitive tools to help us become better at what we do, and helping people to develop the capabilities to produce those tools themselves. Attendees extended their conference experience by choosing from one of 6 free hands-on interactive sessions. Topics included using technology to determine ROI in people, projects, and programs, using brain science to improve learning design, how to produce talking head videos on a budget, designed learning for mobile devices, and more. In addition, there were nearly 50 breakout sessions throughout the 2-day conference, as well as 7 interactive authoring lab sessions using a wide variety of popular tools hosted by e-learning expert and analyst Brian Chapman. 1- and 2-day pre-conference certificate programs were also available to attendees and were conducted by the industry's top experts. Certificate courses covered how to use interactive stories and scenarios and use Articulate storyline software, how to optimize blended learning with emerging technologies, how to build games and simulations using Adobe Captivate, rapid e-learning design, and mobile learning design and development. Attendees and speakers alike found the conference to be effective and inspiring.
A lot of information. She had good handouts and resources to go back to because there was so much information. You can't just get it all in. But lots of good points to go back to work with. I'm really excited about implementing some of them.
Well, I'm going to be talking about the use of a virtual environment in a virtual world in order to help people learn their way around a new hospital building that was built that they had to move into. So we're looking at some research as to the effectiveness of using virtual learning and how that applies and transfers to the real world.
So the EduComp was really coined a few years ago by a group of professors who were interested in using not the big enterprise suites of software, but their own, open source technologies to create and to disseminate content. And EduComp has really grown to mean anybody who doesn't fit the traditional educational molds, who wants to do their own learning, hack their own education.
The success of your organization's future is at stake. Don't miss these key events in 2013, brought to you by Training Magazine.
Hi, I'm Phil Jones, Vice President of Market Strategy at Lakewood Media Group and Training Magazine. Training Magazine welcomes China delegates to Orlando for the 2013 Training Conference and Expo, held February 18 to 20 at the beautiful Disney Coronado Springs Resort in Orlando, Florida. This event is Training Magazine's largest conference, averaging over 2,300 attendees. And the 2013 conference marks its 36th annual year. The 2013 conference features keynoters by world-renowned futurist Ray Kurzweil, author of How to Create a Mind, talent analytics expert and subject of the blockbuster movie Moneyball, Paul DePodesta, and Zappos culture book creator and chief happiness officer at Delivering Happiness, Jen Lim.
Hi, I'm Mike Murrell, publisher of Training Magazine. In 2013, Training Magazine's e-learning conference will be back in Chicago, September 16th through the 19th at McCormick Place in Chicago. Training Magazine also welcomes Chinese delegates to our fall conference in 2013.
Training Magazine wishes to thank the Magazine of Distance Education, and thanks to Mr. Shia, the Chief Editor of Distance Education.
Thank you, and we look forward to seeing you at Training's 2013 conferences.